Watopian Weekly. You should listen to it every week because I'm gonna listen to it. Yay!
Welcome to Watopian Weekly Season 4, Episode 1. Happy New Year, everybody. Woo! This is the podcast for Zwifters, cyclists, and everyone else. Each week, we're here to discuss all things Zwift, life, and beyond. My name is Dustin, and here she is, ladies and gentlemen. If you dare to challenge the Zwift ladies in the tour of Boudicca, then you better watch out. Because many try, but they all fail when they face the wrath of the Zwift ladies' enforcer, Gina! Gina, how are you doing?
Don't set the bar so high at the start of the year, man.
Yeah, that was awesome. Watching you yesterday was so good. Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. That sprint was incredible. We'll talk about it later. All right, here we go.
Happy New Year to you too.
Yeah, thank you. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen. The man who waits in the back of the pack, surfing the wheels like a teenager on the Instagram, flipping from one wheel to the next until he sees his opening. And then with a flick of his pedals, as majestic as Scotland's national animal, the unicorn, here he is. He shoots to the front to take the win. Our resident Scotsman and art director, Paul.
Good afternoon.
Woohoo! Hey,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. That was awesome too. We got to talk about that too. And if people haven't seen that, that clip that was amazing. Oh man, that's great. And then all right, ladies and gentlemen, time to check your calendars. Do you have X-Wings on your calendar to race for Ladder League? Or maybe it's changed to Cypher? Is it Cypher, Josh? Cypher? I think it's with an X. Anyway, well, if you do, you got to watch out for this man. A YouTube sensation, my former teammate on Vortex, we'll talk about that later. A guy reminding everyone to update their Ladder League availability, and when you get the race pass from your captain, just click it. I mean, it takes 5 seconds. This will alleviate all the stress of, did they see it? Maybe they forgot it. Oh, no, they're not coming. I better start looking for subs. Oh, wait, they've clicked it. Hey, Josh! All right, Josh here. How you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I like the, maybe I should just be called the resident badgerer.
No, that's yeah. We were talking about that earlier, but that is true though. You know, if and all those listening that are on a team, if your captain sends you a race pass, just click it. then they don't have to freak out about it.
As a fellow team captain, I agree.
help me help you.
Oh well, Happy New Year, everybody! It's so great to see everybody. This is fantastic. It's just great to see everybody here today, and thank you everybody for listening, and thank you for everybody who was able to join the holiday ride, the bingo ride. I had everything ready to go and to send out the prizes on Saturday, and then I was Zwifting, and then I got off the bike, and then I was like, oh, the post office was closed. So I will send them out this week. So our post office closes at noon, and I didn't make it. So that's always the worst when you get there and then they shut the door, and then they're like, nope. And you can see them, but anyway, we'll get that out to you. So as with always, we start with our weekly catch up. And Josh, why don't we talk about you, man? You've got you're on Zypher. How are you saying that now?
Yeah, Zypher, I think is how we're saying it. It's all we've transitioned to a bunch of made up chemical and periodic table names,
or some sort of disease names. Ours is a disease name, I think.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's been the last 2 weeks. It's I've had a lot of racing. I think the one I'd call out is the Zwift TFC Epic Christmas ride, which was like 4.5 hours of Uber Pretzel. Did that as a race. Would not recommend that, but that was a grind and a half. Finished 11th out of like 60 something. So
wow.
Definitely happy with the result on that one because it used just the standard ABC D categories. But I think the the highlight of that was getting sub 1 hour Alp time even after all that racing. But
Oh my
man,
gosh.
that was yeah, I was definitely dead after that one. But really, really cool. Had a couple other coalition team members on racing while we were doing that, and even the person racing Cat C also capped off their race with a sub 1 hour Alp time as well. So everyone definitely overperformed really well. So that was super cool. Then of course a lot of ladder racing. We're on a bit of a heater lately. Got
Yeah.
a nice five win streaks against some really good opposition. We're kind of transitioned to mostly being a Sapphire and Amethyst team at this point, but yeah, definitely punching, I'd say above our weight the last couple of weeks, but been super fun, super challenging, and yeah, hope we have a couple of challenges that I'm sure we're probably gonna have a lot of trouble winning, but goal will just be keep it competitive. But yeah, hoping to continue this nice win streak.
Yeah, that'd be great. And this week I saw that you guys are racing ATP Adrenaline, and I think the last time that we played them, they just shot out of the gate at 500 watts per kilogram or whatever it was, and it was they just did a TTT and just dropped us like it was horrible.
Yeah. They're a good they're a good team. I think we're the underdogs on that one too. So that should
Well,
be
I just wanted to make sure everyone hears that ATP Adrenaline is just going to drop a huge watt bomb right at the beginning. So if you are racing them, there you go. So good luck, man. That's going to be awesome. And get some revenge for us, please. But yeah, because we got destroyed last time we played them. But yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much all my riding has just been either club ladder racing or got some random badges in, like the 100 km/h badge finally.
Yeah.
Took long enough.
Yeah, I've almost done that in real life, but not on Zwift yet. I got to do that. But and then Paul, what have you been up to, man?
Oh, well, I've had a few ladder races this last week and just some couple of TTs, not TTs, as well, just to fill in my time. But yeah, it's been fun. A little bit of racing and
Yeah, why don't we talk about how you've got back-to-back dubs? First places.
Oh yeah. So I took the win in both the ladder races Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they were both flattish sort of courses, so just sort of my.
Yeah, but you got to ride the wave after getting 2 team wins and 2 back-to-back personal wins.
Yeah, we did well. We did really well.
Yeah, no big whoop. I mean, come on. Oh, that was
I
awesome.
just sat on the wheels, so everybody else did the work, and then I just had to put in an effort for the last 10 seconds, so I can't really claim anything.
Isn't that what racing is anyway?
Yeah.
And just one moment, you need to be at the front.
Yeah, if you have a lower watt per kilo average in the entire pen and still finish first, I'd say you've managed your watts appropriately.
Yeah, the win's good, but I think the win for the team's more important than the win for yourself sometimes.
Right. That's why I always finish last or second to last, because I'm always putting the team forward. That's exactly it. Yes. Yeah.
Paul's going straight to diamond now.
Yeah.
I bombed from platinum to gold, so I'll take a while to get back out of gold.
Yeah, I think I'm in gold now. I'm back in gold. Yeah, I was in silver. It was silver below gold, or is that silver, gold,
below.
platinum. Yeah. So I'm back in gold. I'm happy about that. But
Nice.
well, we're not here to talk about me. Oh wait. Oh yeah, it's my turn now. I guess.
Yes,
and
we are here to talk about you now.
Then we're gonna talk to Gina. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. We got to go in order here. So well, that's awesome, Paul. And I'm trying to get faster, as always. It seems like, and I've signed up for the Fast Cat training. Okay, and I was doing the 30-day free trial, and then I was looking at it, and I'm giving this a try. I'm not getting paid for it or anything. I'm paying for it. So, but if they want to pay me for it to keep doing it, I will. But,
Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. But I'm giving that a try. Right. Well, I saw it on the Zwift Insider website, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this a try. New year, let's give it a try, see if we can go faster and everything. And it's been interesting because there's an AI coach. So I've been, and I'm talking with the AI coach. It's like Chat GPT or something, and it chats back at you and stuff, and it changes your schedule. But so far, like, my work schedule is so much, like, it has I set up for only 4 to 8 hours of training for a week, and it already was like, okay, on Monday, here's your 2-hour training block. I don't have 2 hours on Monday to do that, I'd have
It's cumulative.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So I had to adjust a lot of that, but it did say, like, if you yesterday, I know Josh and I both did the Coalition birthday ride. Shout out to Coalition, 4 years as a team. That's great. And we did that, and that I had to keep it zone 2, which was really hard because there's sprint sections, and I wanted to sprint through those. But that counted as my zone 2 ride for yesterday, and then they were able to adjust some other things too. So stay tuned. Hopefully things go well and I get faster and everything. But
it's fast cat too without the T, right?
Oh, no, I think there's a T in there, isn't it? I don't know. I should know. I don't know. I'm more of a dog person. But anyway, so switching to C, sorry. But anyway, so that's another thing. So I want to get back up to B, but for this next round of ZRL, I switched to C, and Lewis from Coalition is taking over Vortex, and so he's your captain now, Josh.
Yeah, he's leading us to the promised land.
Yes, he is excellent. He knows all of his stuff, man. He's so good. You're gonna have a great time, with Lewis. And then now I'm in C, which is where I really should be. And this is going to be something else, but I hope I don't just cat up now or anything like halfway through the season. That would stink. But it'll give me more time to train, I guess. But so now I'll be on Fusion, I think, and then I'm moving around. And then also I'm on Merclonia, which is for ladder now. We used to be we were the Sea Wings, which made a lot more sense, and now we're on Merclonia, which I don't know if that's Merclonia or Mercolonia. I don't know. It almost sounds like a city or a disease, something. I've heard that it's someone told me it's the disease that you can get from riding someone else's bike in your swimsuit, I think. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, see a doctor and get rid of it. All right. Well, here we go. So we'll just keep going over that one. So so doing that, it's going to be fun. Hopefully, I've just been riding a lot and everything too, but I've been trying to I've been trying not to. I'm doing the dry January thing. I'm trying anyway, but I'm still gaining weight. I don't know how that's possible, but I don't know. We don't need to talk about that. But
by the way, I read a little bit about it, but apparently, if you stop alcohol, it's the case that at first you actually gain weight, but afterwards it will actually help you lose weight. I think it has something to do with the balance of things in your body.
Okay, well that makes sense then. That totally makes sense.
Someone who's sciencey, tell us in the Discord whether that's accurate.
I have no clue if it's accurate. Also, no sources available. So,
well, I like that, Gina. If I need to do a diet of beer and chips, I will. So, or beer and pizza, yeah. Oh man. Well, that's a great segue onto Gina, because Gina's going to talk about. She's got a lot of stuff to do and talk about everything she's been up to, and then she's going to transition into our next topic. So, Gina, watching you destroy that sprint was incredible yesterday, and I know we're recording this on a Sunday, and I watched her in round 2. No, it's the 6th edition of the Tour de Boudicca, and it was race 2 on Sugar Cookie. That sprint was awesome. I was so proud of you. I was yelling at the screen, and then my wife came in, and she's like, "What are you yelling at?"
Should I just talk to about Tour de Boudicca first?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then
Go
tell
ahead.
you about the rest I've been doing beforehand.
Sure. Sorry.
So indeed, it's the 6th edition of Tour de Boudicca, and it's organized by the lovely Carla from Aeonian.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the most amazing ladies series. It's 3 days, 3 stages. First stage was what was it? Breakfast, crits and grits.
Yeah,
the one that we did in ZRL as well.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Puncher's Paradise.
Yeah.
Yes, that was tough, but that was a lot of fun as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're using the racing score for the first time, so they made some brackets that they thought were logical for the women's categories.
Hmm.
We were very sad that actually three of us were in B and one of us was in A. But I have to say that two of us were very, very close to the bracket. I think Femke was at 496 and I was at 91, and the A bracket started at 500. So
Okay.
was smart enough to actually raise A, but it means that we're now in with the likes of like Vicky Whitelaw, Anna Russell,
Hmm.
a lot more famous names who have those lovely orange checks next to
Yeah,
their
yeah,
name.
I
So
know, man.
not sure if I'm too happy with how they place the brackets, but somebody has to be low end A, and this time it was us.
Hmm.
Um, Stage one, we were just thinking like, okay, this is not for the team GC. Let's just go for our individual whatever we can get. And we were actually quite happy that we were finishing mid-packish. So that was good to see. We're last. We did quite respectably. Could stick to the group up until the final climb. So that wasn't too. It was nothing to write home about, but it's also nothing to be ashamed of.
Right.
Um, so then stage two was well, a lot of sprint points actually up for grabs, and it was Sugar Cookie, which is a tough course. If you've
It
ridden
is.
it, you know it's a
Yeah.
tough course. A lot of fun and four sprints. First two FAL, and then the other two were FTS. And we just said like, okay, this is where we're going to make our points because up the steep bit, at the
Yeah.
come bypass, we're not going to be able to stick to those A ladies. So let's just act as if each sprint is our finish line and then see if we can still hang on to the group. And I think we did that amazingly. It was a
Yeah.
group of about 50 ladies, and we ended up being around the 20s in the points. And we did finish like back of the pack because we sprinted our hearts out.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, they were tough sprints. Afterwards, I was analyzing. I think the one you were talking about,
Yeah.
this one was the second one. That
Yes.
was perfection.
Yes.
The other three, I've got to say that like the first one, I wanted to go with the first group a little bit too much, so I kind of like had emptied the tank before the real sprint started. So I
Yeah.
should have waited a little bit longer. I think on the third one, the same. Sprint technique is it's very interesting, but you learn by just analyzing your own sprint. So
Right.
if you want to know
Kind
what
of,
I'm talking about, just watch my stream anyway.
yeah, kind of hard though with the first two being FAL though, right?
Yeah,
Kind of have
Yeah.
to kind of have to burn some matches just to
Yeah.
stay with the group.
in the end, yes. And I mean, on the third one, I went too early again, but in the end, I let out one of my teammates who took second place on that one. So that wasn't too bad in the end either, but I completely bonked mid-sprint. And the fourth, we actually all got into the top 10.
That's
So we
awesome.
got fourth, we got eighth, and we got 10th spots of a spot on FTS. And that was pretty cool. Like we had a plan, we stuck to it, and we did respectably again.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, that was awesome. And yeah,
Yeah,
Gina,
great effort.
is it all right if I post that video of you or post a link to that video? That'd be okay?
Oh yeah, sure, sure, sure.
Yeah. All right. So I'll post it on the link so people can see it. So yeah,
Yeah.
that is something. And yeah, I mean, like as also Paul, I mean, you're a sprinter, and I know Zwift doesn't think so, but that technique there of sitting in the wheels and exactly what Gina's talking about. That's, I mean, you guys are all three of you guys are way better sprinters than I am. So I mean, that whole technique, exactly what you're talking about, Gina, sitting in there and finding the right time, right? It's just, man, that's hard, right?
It's also very different if you're going for FTS or for FAL, because when
Mm,
you're going for FAL, you don't want to be completely at the back of the pack. But if you
right.
want to go for FTS, it can be very smart to actually hover a bit behind the pack and then just try and sprint through to get as much draft as you possibly can. Um, I'm
Yeah.
I'm one of the people who's very sad about the new point relocation in ZRL because I love going for FTS.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really nerfed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too low. Like it's
yeah, I
nothing
mean,
to
unless
fight
you
for anymore.
yeah, I mean, unless you're getting first, it's really not worth it because then you're just you're cooked for the rest of the race anyway, with the pens being the size that they are. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And there's one more stage coming actually, and they also have a live broadcast. So if you've got nothing to do this evening, check out the Boudicca live broadcast there. Um, the organization is actually broadcasting it themselves, and it's New York City QM after party.
Yeah.
There is another sprint in play, so
Right.
me and my team actually had the plan to just go all out on a sprint again. We're coming through it like 3 times. So yep, on YouTube. Yeah.
I do like that New York sprint reverse though. That's the one that's slightly downhill.
Yeah,
no?
true. Yeah. The only thing is that I did the Sunday race club this morning and I really wasn't feeling well afterwards. I already dropped very early, but that's what I was expecting. But then I finished it with like just easy going 130 watts, zone 2-ish. And then afterwards I was like, oh God, I need to drop. And so I puked everything out and have decided
oh no.
not to start this evening. So it's very sad. I won't be in there, but my team will be. So I'm gonna see if I will support them and maybe DS and still stream. But that depends a little bit on what they want to do. I think they have a DS already, or we have a DS already. So I might just take it easy.
All right, so we should talk about some pointers for people for puking on the bike. Did you happen to have a bucket or a box or something to puke into?
No, funnily enough, I became sick when I was actually in the shower. I don't know. I think it was the heat.
Yeah.
But the toilet was very close.
I guess if there's going to be a time that you get sick, that's probably it's better than on the bike.
Yeah.
Your bibs are elasticated at the bottoms. You can open them and.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh man, it makes me want to puke right now. Oh my gosh.
I do have a teammate. I will not say her name. But if if she just starts a race and the start is a little bit tough, she will have to puke at the start of the race. And she always has a bucket with her, and sometimes she forgets, and then she shouts down to one of her boys and actually like, get me a bucket, and then one of her boys comes up and gets her a bucket.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
She's also had to be sick in towels a lot.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. A different topic though.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So,
all right.
Transition point.
Any lady that actually wants to ride Tour de Boudicca, it was not Tour de Boudicca that got me sick, although disclaimer, it could.
Yeah.
It's a great racing series, and there's 5 levels. Anybody is welcome to join it, and everything gets broadcasted. It's great fun. 3 days. So they also try to do it over a weekend so that everybody from everywhere can join.
Right.
Keep a watch out. I think if you want to check it out, there is a Zwift Insider page on Tour de Boudicca. But there's also a Discord server, Warrior Games Discord server, and it's all ladies. And if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on Zwift, what kind of ladies series there are, then go check that Discord server out, because it's a really nice way to keep in touch with everything lady Zwift related stuff.
That's awesome. I think next year before this, we should definitely, when the next edition they do that, we should get the organizers on to talk about this.
Yeah, I think we can ask Carla to actually come on. She would love that.
Yeah, I think that would be really, really cool. So I'll put that on here as notes too. That would be really cool. So yes, and speaking of another transition here, perfect. This is great. On what's going on this weekend, and now starting for this week, it's a short tour, but the Flamme Rouge Racing, the FRR Tour Watopia is up this week, and the classifications. I think Gina, we were talking about that. That was this weekend, right? And then, but then the first stage is tomorrow, the 6th, right? Yeah, tomorrow.
Monday.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's
so I'm not riding it myself, but I've got some teammates who are. So and I'm still in the FRR chat because it's one of my favorite race series. But
same.
well,
Yeah.
I'm just not finding the time this time to actually do it. But the classification, so the qualification stages were actually the 30th of December, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th of January. So there were quite a couple of days and quite a couple of times there where you could classify. Interesting thing is it was both were draft off. And they're doing it a little bit differently again. And I'm super excited to hear how everybody's thinking or what everybody's thinking about this classification system that is being used. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because they're all double finish, double segment, double everything points.
Yeah, so you want to do well on those and you want to go full out. Yeah.
Which makes sense because if you're trying to classify who goes where and avoid sandbagging and all that stuff, I mean, it makes sense that you would have draft off and make it worthwhile for people to, go full gas in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how that works out. I mean, I do appreciate that Rich and team kind of revisit often on how things are classified and
I think part of the reason to do it is to make sure that classification gets done differently every single time. And you end up with a different competition every single time. So sometimes you'll be at the top, sometimes you'll be at the bottom, depending on how classification of this specific tour works. You will be differently allocated.
Yep. And some always some interesting concepts being added to, like virtual broom wagon, and I mean not a new concept, but nice to see something like that implemented as of one tour ago. So
yeah, it's pretty
anybody
crazy.
Jumping into the tour this time?
I am not this one.
No, not this one. I wish I could.
Know a lot of people who are though.
I wish I could, except for the last stage. Just I don't know if anybody's looked at the road book, but real quick, let's just talk about it. Okay, first one, stage Monday. Monday, it's out and back again. That's 42 kilometers. That's doable. Then Tridingo Fetcha.
The thing that we can't pronounce.
Terdringa Fetcha. I don't know. Paul, you want to tell us how that goes?
See, I can probably see it, but I can't remember.
We'll just call it TDF. How about that? TDF. I can't remember either. But anyway, yeah, I just figured maybe closer. All right, so that's close enough. And then we have, which that's okay, 32 kilometers. That's pretty good. And then Navigate, which is also 33. Which is definitely spelled differently because there's some extra things in there. And then that's 33 kilometers. Okay, no big deal. Rest day on Thursday. Good, welcomed. And then Tides and Temples on the Friday, which that's also 33 kilometers, and that's an ITT. That's a long ITT, but doable. Then It's a Party, which is 46 kilometers, and that goes up the KOM and everything. It's a climb, which is crazy. But then the Queen stage, the last stage, this is incredible. A couple tours ago, or maybe it was last year or something, instead of the 4 horsemen, they did the 5 horsemen where they went up the Epic KOM one more time, I think. Is that what it was? Yeah. And this time, it's the...
Good memories.
Yes, good memories. It's the 4 horsemen, but it's 6 times. Oh my gosh, the climb is just ridiculous. It's 2000...
Epic.
Yeah,
the Epic, the Radio, and the Alp.
Right. And yeah. This is just crazy. Yeah, so 4 times up the Epic, and then 3 times up the Radio Tower, and then 5 times up the... Or no, not 5 times up the Alp. or something like
No,
that.
no,
I
no.
don't know.
Those are the scores, like difficulty
Yeah.
of the climb.
Right. Yeah. But at the radio, Epic Radio and Alp, that's just
92
Don't forget about
kilometers.
the volcano. It's a mean one, but
oh,
it's
and the
also
volcano.
in there.
Yeah, that's
Not
right.
in play, but you still have to get up it.
Yeah, it's only like a 10-minute climb maybe or something, but 10 minutes for
Yes.
me, but but
Yeah,
I
but
was
still,
thinking
to have
7,
that at
but
the to have that at the
you could do that.
to have it at the beginning though. I mean, you still
Ah.
got to stay on the gas just to stay with people.
Yeah, that our friend of the podcast, Dave Kowalski, Diamond Dave Kowalski, he always talks about how the 5-second rule, that when you're hurting and everything, and everyone's passing you and everything, and you think I got to stop, he always says stay on for 5 more seconds, and if you can't, then you got to drop. But if you can stay on for 5 more seconds, that will keep you with the group, and usually that's all it takes is just 5 more seconds. So now the cat's out of the bag, or the cat's on your saddle, or however you want to say it. But now that's true. So I got to remember that.
And and
Yeah.
hopefully you don't yak from doing that. So.
okay. So who was with me when we did the 5 horsemen?
Oh, I didn't do it.
That series.
I got sick on that. I got sick on that day, so I didn't get to do it. So yeah.
Ah, sure.
It was perfect. I'm glad it didn't happen, but that was the only one that I am wearing my.
But I just wanted to say
Yeah.
that I think Rich has made Flamme Rouge racing a little bit more accessible, because if you look at some of the earlier seasons,
Mhm.
you can see that there's actually a lot more climbing and a lot
Yeah.
more longer.
Yeah.
A lot more of longer routes and things.
Yes,
Sorry,
definitely.
these guys just keep distracting me with stuff in the chat. Trying to be serious here, at least a little bit.
It's true. Oh my gosh. But yeah, and another good point there, Gina, is that you can just join a stage too. Like if you can't get to all of the stages and everything, maybe just join a stage, which that might be kind of fun too. But you got to register, and registration I think closes on the 5th, which is today when we're recording it. But
Yeah, and you have to do a qualification, right?
Yes.
So you can't enter without doing
Yeah.
a qualification stage first.
Yeah. Oh man. But it is getting more accessible, and definitely very fun to do. So, everybody, if you haven't tried FRR, definitely give it a try. So, all right, now
Actually, if you
go
want
ahead.
to talk about New Year's resolutions,
Yes.
it's actually one of my New Year's resolutions to be
Oh.
Oh,
able
what a transition.
to
Nice.
finish one of the FRR tours this year, because I've had a hell of a year with illness and stuff,
Mhm.
and
Same.
I'm still not completely on the other side of things, but it's one of the resolutions that I have for this year is to finish one of them again.
That's
I've had to
awesome.
drop out the last 3, and it's part of the reason why I'm not starting this one right now. So, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe next season,
Yeah.
first one, just it's mine. I'm gonna finish it.
Oh man, I know Josh finished in the last one. I mean, he didn't finish last. He finished the last one, and you had a green jersey, I think, right? Was it Josh? Green jersey?
I
Jersey
got a top 5 green,
Yeah.
so was happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Paul, have you ever done a full FRR thing? Round.
I'm in the same boat as Gina, probably. I think I've got close to the end of one, and then I've got inflammatory bowel disease. So sometimes if I've pushed myself too long for too many days, then the energy levels I've just spent, and I need all my energy for recovering rather than
Right.
exercise. So I'd like to finish one. I think I was 2 stages short of finishing one at the start of the year last year. So that would definitely be a goal for myself too.
Yeah, and I've also realized that maybe I cannot compete at top level for one next year either, but at least I want to finish it. So if I completely
Right.
bonk and just ride around at 100 watts, I'm still gonna freaking finish the stage.
I like that. I
Yeah,
like
good for
that.
you.
That's a really good goal. I should join you on that one. That would be awesome. And it is nice that they're all are the different times, because I've definitely have thought about like, well, what if I just stay up and just ride the one that starts in like 4 hours? You know, like ride the 8 o'clock one and 8 p.m. one, and then ride the one at midnight for the next stage. That's probably a bad idea, though, right? Because I wouldn't be able to go to work the next day. Oh, I'll just call in sick. All right. Anyway, but these are some things to think about. All right, but it is funny that I'm not going to say that I haven't taken PTO to race, but it's possible some time off for that. But oh man. Well, speaking of racing, which we are, ZRL starts this week, and all right, I'm already going to start off with my my gripes. 2 TTTs. And we're starting off with a TTT. Come on. All right.
Well, at least it's wasted 8, which is,
right.
I mean, as long as you keep your group over the Jarvis KOM, then I think you're pretty golden after that.
Yes, I think that should be okay. You're right, and it is drafting, and it should be fast. But I just I don't know. I like the points races. Scratch races I'm not so great at, but I like the points races, except for like what we talked about earlier about the FAL and the FTS, all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's
I only like the scratch races.
That's because you finish like in the top 10. That's why. So
I wish, but
yeah.
No, it's whenever there's the points races, it's just everyone just goes so hard for the sprints that I find I'm not competing for those, but just trying to like hammer just to even stay on the deck.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I know Paul and Gina, you guys are really good at the TTTs. How do you feel like this? Because you guys have done way more TTTs than I have. Is that just a thing that like everybody else is doing this through WTRL and I'm just an outlier that just doesn't do it that often? And I don't know. Maybe I just don't like it.
I don't think you're an outlier per se. I think there are some crazy people who just go for them every single Thursday.
Yeah.
And they like hurting themselves.
And puking in buckets. Get me a bucket.
I do with that, yeah. I quite like the supper.
Right,
I like a sprint and I like a TT. So
yeah,
that's my 2 favorite things.
Laying down that power for such a long time, man. I don't know. I'm working on that. That's one of my goals is to bring my sweet spot up. Like getting up to bringing my FTP up and trying to do that. I'm working on it. But man,
I actually like them all because they're all different disciplines and they all require like a tiny bit of different kind of base or a different mindset. And I like to mix it up. And that's personally why I really like the 2 TTTs, the 2 points, the 2 scratches.
Mm. So maybe I need to just change my mindset a little bit and not be so grumpy about it. Okay.
There is nothing so beautiful.
I welcome grumping.
I think it is a valid point though. 2 TTTs in a 6-race series is possibly too many.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we're talking about a WTRL series. The thing that actually is their forte is TTT. So actually, the points in the scratch races are the odd one outs if you look at what WTRL actually originally did.
That's a good point.
But the second TT was an individual, and then each member's points are counted for something. Then possibly that would make it more interesting. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't like ITTs because, well, I'm just horribly bad at that.
I don't have the motivation for that.
Yeah, it's a very lonely place to be.
Yeah, it is. And then if they, do you remember the Dirt Racing series, which was so great? I know we all love that a lot. When they did the ITTs, and same FRR does it too, but the Mass Start ITTs, those are kind of interesting. I like that.
Doesn't matter. Still messes with my head. Just the fact that I don't have drafts.
Yeah.
Is enough to mess with my head. Also, I get called the Queen of Draft, or got called the Queen of Draft before in my team, because I always end up with the lowest watts to kilo. So apparently I also am a very good drafter, and if you take my draft away from me, it's gonna get more difficult to actually compete with the same people.
That is a good point too. That it is weird when you get down. You're like, why? Yeah, because you think that you can draft because there's all the other people there, but you can't. And then that is a hard effort that you're putting in. And like Paul said, it's a lonely place to be in the pain cave.
So, are we excited for the new series? I know that I am. Like my team won. It's just I wanted to say this in my opening, but he got me to Tour de Boudicca straight away. We won 5 out of 6 and we came second on one of them. So we're going up from Division 2 to 1. We were already kind of surprised that they wanted us to start in Division 2, but we're like, sure, if
Let's
you
do it.
want us to, we will smash it. And next up, we're Division 1, and we're planning on smashing that as well.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I expect to hear weekly reports on how you finish first and everything.
Yeah.
I was quite like I had taken a second place already behind one of my teammates, and then on the final race, I don't know, I had the correct mindset. I had the legs. I had basically one of those races where just everything seems to work. And I already had my mind set on that one. I wanted to win it so badly, and then I did. So, yeah.
Way to go, Gina.
I thought this was a setup for a totally different direction.
Yeah.
I know, that's why I did it like that.
Yeah, you had me. You were setting this up to be like, oh, I had a power drop out, and then...
Yeah.
No. There was one lady like on the what was it, the Titans Grove? It was who decided to go very early, and I kept calm. I knew I would get them. I still had my feather to sprint with, so no, that was perfection. I was so happy with myself after the race.
Oh, that's awesome. So you guys you're going to be in a B1 then, and then Paul, what division are you guys racing in?
I just turn up. I don't know.
You just click on the link pass as
Yes.
soon as your captain gives it to you,
Yes.
and show up.
Yeah, I'm racing weeks 2, 4, and 6. I'm missing
Okay.
1, 3, and 5. I'm working, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
I'll try and do my bit on those days. So
Yeah, absolutely.
if I'm selected.
Right, if they send you the race pass, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what division we are in because I'm racing for Fusion, and we're doing this thing where we're and I'll have to report back to it because it's the first time that with my experience with this. But we have, and I don't know if other teams do this or not. And maybe I shouldn't let the spill the beans or anything. But we're doing this. We have 2 teams, and we're having one team in C as like the top team, and then we're going to be rotating people up to that top team and kind of like try and do like a development type thing, if that makes sense. So like as people get more power, we're going to push them up to, and they've been doing this all season. And so I'm just sitting in there and just sending out the race passes. I'm trying to, because Lewis and I basically switched spots. So I took his old team Fusion, and he's got my old team Vortex, which is Josh's team. So so I'm not sure if we're in C2 or whatever, but I'm looking forward to this because all my last round, all my results, they were not like Gina's. Mine were mostly driving the party bus in the back and picking up passengers as we went through everything, which was fine. And then because we just didn't have enough numbers, so I had to race, so I would race, and that's fine. And it was fun. It made me faster. Definitely made me faster. And then meanwhile, I hear Josh and everybody else finishing up at the front, which was awesome too. So that was great. But and Josh, last we were in Vortex was in B2. Have you heard? Are we in B3 now, or what,
I don't know.
happened?
I really hope that we're in B3 because we I think we finished like 10th or something out of 14. So
that was a hard division.
B3 would be probably I think more manageable.
I think the last, like the first 2 get upgraded and the last 2 get downgraded. So
Okay.
unfortunately,
we weren't
but
quite
maybe
bad
there will
enough.
be some. Maybe there will be some reallocation anyway, so you still get to go to B3. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe we weren't quite bad enough to get down to B3.
Yeah, I wonder how that works with because each round. I mean, not everybody keeps the same team the whole round. I mean, the rosters change, people's lives, change. So I wonder because that would be a thing where if they could do like what FRR's doing, and I know it would be it would probably be a mathematical nightmare, but like if they could do something with every team does a TTT and then the TTT sorts everybody, but
yeah, but if people know that, they're going to bonk it again as well,
right?
Because so this I think was very unfair play from a team that we had in our mixed division. Actually, I heard about it from a friend of mine, and she said, or he said actually, that They rode like a super good TTT. They gave everything that they had. They got into Division B2, I think. They were allocated there and they won it. No, they were in B3, they won it, and they got up to B2. Whereas there was also a team in B2 that actually did very badly. And then after the first race, actually got all the big hitters in. So they relegated, and then they decided, oh, let's get our best sprinter in there. Let's get our. So they just did the required 6 for the TTT and pulled all the other guys in afterwards. And they picked the 6 that were not the best TTTers.
Yeah, that's not really fair. But yeah. Well, hopefully that's not that other people don't do that. That's not that stinks. But
yeah, I just don't think it's fair play. But you know what? People are going to find loopholes in the system, and they are going to, well, do stuff where you think like, why is it worth it?
I can't imagine caring that much.
Yeah, right. Honest. I mean, it's just for fun. We're doing this for fun. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I do care a lot about racing and my team and stuff, but not so much about the outcome.
Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, I care about racing, doing the best I can, and team result and all that good stuff too. But I can't imagine caring enough to like finagle the results to try and
to cheat enough, or to cheat, that would be tough. Or I'm not in that. I don't want to do that either. But all right. So we've got we've got the Wasted 8. That's the first one, TTT, and then we've got Douce France. Is that right? Douce France or Duce France?
No, that's Italian.
Yeah. Okay. I probably just offended a lot of people. Like, okay, all right. So the second race in France, and that one's not too bad. I think there's only the Aqueduct KOM on that one, which really is that a KOM or is it a sprint? I mean, it's not really that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes is the answer. Right. So that's only one lap, and there are some sprints in there and FAL and FTS, but the Aqueduct KOM, that's not too bad. And then race 3 is a Road to Ruins, which that one's your scratch race there, Josh. So. That was not too bad, I don't think. The climb isn't too bad. So far we're mostly flat, it seems like, until we get to
wait for it.
Yeah, yes, yeah, right. And then the next one, race 4, is in Wandering Flats, which is a TTT. Again, that one should be okay too. And then I'm actually looking forward to this one because race 5, Everything Bagel, because we get to go up the KOM in New York, and. I don't know. I like that KOM actually. I like it better than the sprints for some reason.
Yeah,
I think I'm in the minority there.
It's going to be really challenging because the New York KOM reverse is so early.
Yeah. We did this not too long ago as a did we do it as a must have been okay, so Coalition Sea Wings did this when I was stuck on the Atomic Cruiser again, after our holiday party, when we did the holiday ride, I was on the Atomic Cruiser. And then for some reason, whenever I go to New York after I'm on the Atomic Cruiser, I get stuck on that for like a week. It won't change, and I don't even know. I've restarted everything and all that. I don't know what the deal is. So I was racing.
I think it's a flex. Honestly.
Yeah, just check this out.
It's like, look how well I'm doing on the Atomic Cruiser.
That was pretty funny because I kept on. I wish I had the Pinarello selected and with the Milesteins on it, and it kept. When I looked at the clip from the side, you could see that the Milesteins were on the Atomic Cruiser. So I don't know how that would help, but or hinder. But if you look at the Atomic Cruiser, it looks like it should be kind of aero. It's very heavy, but it should be because it's got like a fender in front of both the wheels, so you like a fairing, right? So
everyone needs to know that.
Have you ever seen the pros ride with those? Though?
No, I guess you're right. This is probably because their UCI has banned them. Probably that's why. So it's that darn UCI. If they had that, yeah. Oh man. Well, yeah. No.
Okay, so isn't Everything Bagel the one that has the KOM in reverse, but then also in the forward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was awesome. I didn't mind it, and I was doing fine. When we did that ladder race, I was with everybody up, and I was with everybody on the way back, and then I got dropped.
Yeah,
But,
so it says the near KOM reverse is not a segment.
yes,
So
that
only
yeah.
the forward, which is what 25 kilometers into the race, is
Right.
a
Oh, yeah.
segment.
So
So
that's going to be
oof.
so that now that's interesting. So say the weird things happen for me, and I end up because I feel like I can climb that pretty well, and I get up to the top. What if I'm all by myself, and if I'm with the group, or if I end up all by myself, do I try and push, or do I
just
wait
keep
for a
going.
group? Oh
Nah,
man,
just keep going.
No, it's too early in the race if it happens on the first climb.
Right,
I
'cause-
say keep going because if you can get like top 5 finishing points, have at it.
I wouldn't
But
keep going because I also want to go for the sprint points. And if I'm by myself, I will never get any of those.
yeah.
you either go out in a blaze of glory or you get top 5. So
But yeah, well, so that's a good point though. I mean, because there are FTSs on there, and there are also FALs on those sprints and everything too. So if I was by myself, at least I could go and get those, I guess, right?
yeah, you could get FAL at least.
Oh yeah, and the FTS is worth nothing anyway. So
That's true. That's a good
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Well, I'll report back after that. That will probably who knows what'll happen. I'll probably everything.
yeah,
will...
make a note on the 11th of February, and then the Sunday after that, we need to talk about what happened if you were alone and got top 5.
Not if. When.
Yeah, when. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. If that will be amazing. I'm gonna ride that high the whole time. I'm gonna meet. I will. Yeah. I'll have to stream that one or something, or someone's gonna have to stream it. Yeah. By the way, we need to talk about streams because Gina and Josh, you guys have excellent setups on yours. And like I'm gonna post a link to Gina's sprint and everything that she did yesterday that we were talking about, and you can see how her setup is. At some point, do you think that Josh and Gina, we could go through a technical thing on how you guys have yours set up at some point?
Yeah, you bet. We'll have to create a Pain Cave channel in the Discord for people.
Oh,
to
that's a
post
great
that.
idea.
Yeah.
Like, because Gina, do you use OBS as well, or
Yeah.
okay? And is that easy to use? I tried it and like
It is.
It is very easy to use.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
There are
know.
also some great YouTube channels about OBS.
Oh,
So,
okay, all right.
I know zero about like video editing and stuff. So if I can figure it out, I think your average person can
I mean,
figure it out.
you can also do a lot more cool stuff with it than what I do, for instance. I don't know if you've ever watched like the more professional, like the ZMS Broadcasting Studio ones. I wouldn't be surprised if they're using something like OBS as well. I know I can get some things in there. I know there are macros where you can also look at the power numbers from your team members by
wow.
putting in Zwift ideas and stuff. But if you just want the basic, you have a background, you have a screen, maybe you also want yourself in video, that's easy enough to do.
Well, and I know Paul and I are both in the same situation using Apple TV. I wonder if I did it would just be like a camera on me, and I don't know if anybody wants to do that or smell it. Well, you can't smell it, but it smells bad in here. But but I don't know if anybody wants to watch. There's got to be a way though.
I'm sure there is, but we have one
How
more.
about you have a PC, right? Maybe you
Yeah.
have your PC with a second account fan viewing yourself the whole time.
Ooh,
Oh,
Gina, that is
ideas.
great idea. Excellent idea, man, Gina. All right, yep, yes, I could do that. So excellent.
We also got before we get too
yeah.
far down the rabbit hole. We got one more.
Oh yes,
Race 6.
Sorry.
The Danger Noodle, which is a hilarious name.
Yeah, I love that name, the Danger Noodle. But
I just think of a snake, Danger Noodle, Nope Rope, whatever you want to call it.
I forgot which one that is. I'm
snake.
Googling it now.
Yeah, it's
brand new, I think.
Yeah, and it looks like on the when you look at because it has the profile, it has the Velo viewer on Zwift Insider. It looks like there's a loop and it comes back. So, man, That's definitely going to be interesting. Does anybody? I keep on thinking of Danger Mouse. Do you guys remember Danger Mouse from the '80s?
Yeah, Penfold.
Yeah, Penfold. He was my favorite. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
God, I'm old.
Yeah, same. But that was the best when that would come on TV and like, oh my gosh, Danger Mouse is on. Yeah. Oh man, my daughter reads this book called it's about a mouse that's a detective, and I always think of Danger Mouse. Geronimo Stilton or something like that. I think if anybody has that, it's like a graphic novel type thing. Anyway, but Danger Mouse also good. Reminds me of this though. Danger Noodle, definitely going to be interesting, and. Yeah, I do like that they're doing. I mean, what do you guys think about the? Yeah, all right, Paul, that's awesome. What do you think about what do you think about having the route design thing? I like this. I think it.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty sweet. It's just more route badges to get.
Right. I mean, we started with Ty Dinger Fetcha. TDF, I can't say it. Sorry, but anyway, and that was really cool. And then the last one I thought was good too. And then this one, I don't know how you draw it and how does Zwift make it, but anyway, it's
Very
pretty cool.
Carefully.
Yeah. And it's Zwift. The Zwift Insider metrics are saying that at 2 watts per kilogram, it's going to be 70 minutes, 3 watts per kilogram, 56 minutes, and then 4 watts per kilogram for 50 minutes if you're Gina. So. She's going to have a fast one, and we're all going to be slow on that one. But, oh, man. This is going to be something. I think it'll be fun. But, man.
I'm just trying to figure out what the exact route is. Like, which segments are we going to go over? I haven't read up
looks like
well
they're still
about
putting... Looks like Zwift Insider's still putting together the info on it, but, yeah.
Yeah, it should
I'm
be...
sure it'll be a blast.
Yeah. And and so and we're also I have to put out a nice a plug for Rhino Racing too. In a couple weeks in March, Rhino Racing is doing this 2-up TTT thing where it's 2 people are on a TTT team a TT team. A time trial team. My gosh, too many T's. And anyway, so and they're going to be thanks to Paul for bringing this to our attention. And we're going to be having we're going to have Pete from Rhino Racing come on to talk about this. They're getting everything finalized and everything too. So about 2 weeks before it starts, he's going to come on and talk about this. So if you're interested in that, it's going to be really, really cool. And Paul, how did you find out about this?
Some of the guys in Tea and Scones mentioned it already, so they've posted it up. So everybody that's on the Discord chat for them are going to look for a partner and see where we go from there.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to hide. Nowhere to hide. You only have yourself or your partner to blame. So
yeah,
but that's a super cool idea. It's kind of like the Cape Epic, if you've ever heard of that big mountain bike race in Africa where they do that where there's only 2 people and that's your team, man. Yeah.
There will be no skipping of poles.
Right. Oh, so I can't go. All right. Because I just like to skip all the polls.
I think it's fantastic though, because then you've got somebody to be accountable for. So it's like a TTT, because there's 6 or 8 of you.
Mm-hmm.
You can pretty much quit halfway through if you're burnt out. But if there's only 2, then you're going to have to put in a shift and be mentally prepared to complete it. So it's going to be fun.
If I do it, I'm sorry in advance to my partner, who I'm sure to disappoint.
Oh man, yeah, that's gonna be cool. I love the idea, and this also brings us to a great point about the race organizers doing all this. I mean, we think about WTRL. I mean, that I know that's done with Zwift. Zwift is heavily into that, but like FRR, that's all just out of Rich Vale and his team, and then Rhino Racing. This is all community organizing and everything. This is just gonna be awesome. So I'm looking forward to this, and same thing with Tour de Boudicca. I mean, that's another thing. I mean, the people are just they're doing that to help other people get everything. Getting everything going. And a hot tip. Go ahead, Paul. Why don't you talk about that real quick?
Yeah, I've seen somebody on Discord today speaking about DRS also, and it's alleged to be making a comeback. But I don't know how legit that is, but it's come from quite high up there.
Allegedly.
It's come quite high up from guys who race quite high up the food chain, so they're probably more in the know than I am. So I would take it as there's something in it.
Yeah. Because I know they were doing like one time zone, And
Yeah.
That never worked for me, but because it was just like during my lunch or something. But but that's awesome though.
Yeah, we're now in the business of Zwift tabloids, by the way. So.
Yeah.
You need a red top.
Yeah.
And I just want to comment that it's not me actually doing the gossiping, it's the guys, right?
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, these are all just rumors. We just need to have a section that's just about rumors. Like for example, did you hear that the Sasquatch actually only comes out if you stop at the Sasquatch thing? No, I don't know. You know,
I don't even know where Sasquatch is in Zwift. I haven't got a clue.
Does anyone really know?
Yeah, I don't know. I remember
you can also just write up Epic and then wait for Bigfoot. Like,
what?
Also possible.
I have not seen any of. I haven't even on the Alp de Zwift. I have not seen anybody either. So what's it called, the Yeti? I haven't seen the Yeti up there either. Okay. Well, anyway, I know we're getting long here on the episode. So all right. Well, we'll keep on going. So let's just real quick talk about what we're gonna do for our goals for this year, and then we will close the episode. So for starting off with goals here, Gina, you were talking already about FRR, but do you have any other goals, cycling related?
Yeah. So I got in my email, I got the Sweden discount early bird
Nice
thingy, and I was like, yeah. So this was my big goal last year. It got a bit messed up, but I still loved it. I loved this. I love the race in Sweden. I love the adventure. So I decided, after talking to my lady that smells so nice, that I would actually go again this year. We talked about that. We're buying a house, so obviously you gotta watch funds a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't have a house yet, but we kind of gonna be searching in 2025.
Great.
So I wanted to be careful with spending the money. But she said, like, okay, you love this so much. I am hoping for a better year this year, and you should try this one again because it was your favorite one of the year. And so I got myself new tickets for that. It's mid-August, so I do have some time. Plans are to actually get myself checked out maybe even a little bit further, because I think we found part of the issue, but not the full issue. So I need to get some other checks and stuff. That's I think a realistic goal and also a realistic time frame to actually get myself fit again.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear about that. That's gonna be fantastic. All right, and Paul, how about you? Just as you were taking a drink, sorry, Paul.
Sorry, that's okay. I aim to do sub 1 hour climb up the Alp. That's my main goal for this year.
Ooh.
I've got 1 hour 1 minute's my best attempt, which was last Christmas round about then. So I'd like to break the hour. My fitness has declined, but it's slowly coming back.
Well, let us know. I'd love to pace you up.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I want to do that too. Mine's like one hour and 2 minutes or something, or 3 minutes or something silly like that. And like I just felt like like, come on at the end. Like I couldn't have gotten it that faster. But that's all that time, because it's so hard to pace yourself up there, because you think like, I need to go faster. But then what's that doing to the back end of your result? But yeah. All right. That's good. All right, Josh, what do you got going on for this year? Your goals?
I got one Zwift goal: make it to Emerald.
Nice.
That's bold, but because I think I started off 2024 as high gold, and now I'm in Sapphire, about 50 points into Sapphire. But I think a lot of that was racecraft and some power improvement, but more racecraft than anything. And I feel like the jump from Sapphire to Emerald is a wide gulf. I think racecraft only gets you so far. At some point, need some better power numbers, and we'll see if that's an actual realistic goal or not. That's a tall order, I think.
That's gonna be awesome, man. I can't wait to see that too. So we'll have to watch those races too. That'll be great. Yep. All right. Well, good. Well, mine's inspired by Josh. Actually, you were talking about this about changing your goal from time to elevation. So, I'm going to see how many times I can get up just an elevation of Everest. So it's 29,032 feet or something. So I put that in Strava as my elevation goal, and I'm already ahead of my goal. But I think I'll be able to get that pretty quickly. But I don't know. I just want to set a different kind of challenge. I still have I hit my 4,500 miles for the year last year, which felt good. But I definitely want to do that. Also, I want to ride more gravel. You guys have all inspired me for sure. So because Gina's a big graveling person and everything too, and Josh got a new bike, so that's that's really cool.
I'm obligated to ride outside more now.
Yes, yeah. So I'm definitely going to be doing some more graveling. That's my big thing. So. Oh, man. And, well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to close the episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening for this week and every week. We also thank you, everybody who's able to come out to our holiday bingo ride. And there was a lot of good response on that, so thank you for that. We'll probably we need to do some more of those. Oh, go ahead, Gina.
And please share your New Year's goals as well.
Yes.
It will be great to see them in the chat and to see what everybody else has got planned in 2025.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's excellent. Good job. Yeah, and we should. We'll have to check in each week. Paul will do the Alp every week, every Saturday, and then we'll. No, I'm just kidding, Paul. No, but that would be fun to do that. Yeah, but. Oh man, that's gonna be great. Well, and thank you very much, everybody. So yeah, let's all do that. Post them in the chat there too. We'll put that, and then please join our Watopian Weekly Zwift Club and our Discord server, like we were just talking about, and send us a message on Discord or send us an email to watopianweekly@gmail.com. Someone on staff will probably get back to you within 24 to 72 hours by email, and. Yeah, I think that's a pretty decent time frame there. Yeah. All right. Well, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. We'll see you in Watopia.